Time is our most precious resource, irreplaceable and finite. It's easy to think success comes from luck or chance, but that's far from the truth. Success thrives on consistent, deliberate action taken every single day. If another year slips by without meaningful progress, the reason isn't the world around you. The reason is within. It's the lack of decisive action, the unclear objectives, and the self-imposed beliefs that limit what you can achieve. Recognizing this gives you power. Right now, today, you're standing at a crossroads. You can stay where you are, or you can choose to actively redefine your path. Clarity in your goals, combined with purposeful effort, can transform everything. Let today be the turning point that propels you forward. The clock never stops ticking, and neither should your dreams. Embrace urgency. Let go of hesitation. Make this year the breakthrough you deserve. You don't need another resolution. What you need is a revolution in your mindset, your habits, and your discipline. So how do you make this shift? First, the power of having a clear purpose. Many people go through life like ships lost at sea, drifting aimlessly, hoping success will find them. But it never does. Success isn't an accident. It's a result of a clear, powerful vision that shapes every decision, every step, every action. Without this vision, life becomes a repetitive loop of unfulfilled potential. A compelling purpose breaks that cycle and transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Look at those who've achieved greatness. They all share one thing in common: clarity. They know exactly where they're headed, and every move they make is deliberate, intentional, and aimed at reaching their destination. Think of Edwin C. Barnes, a man with a burning desire to partner with the legendary inventor Thomas Edison. Barnes had no resources, no connections, and no clear path forward. But his goal was crystal clear, and nothing could shake his resolve. He knew exactly what he wanted, and every action he took brought him closer to that one purpose. You too have that power within you. Don't wait for success to find you. Create it. Define your purpose, set your course, and take deliberate action. Your journey starts now. He didn't just dream of meeting Edison. He envisioned himself as Edison's partner. With nothing but unwavering determination and a crystal-clear vision, Barnes made his way to Edison's laboratory and refused to leave until he earned his chance. His clarity of purpose transformed his ambition into reality, ultimately leading him to become Edison's esteemed partner. This is the power of a clear, defined purpose. Writing down your goals is the first critical step in turning vague dreams into solid, achievable plans. Goals that stay in your mind often fade away, lost in the daily grind. But when you commit your objectives to paper, they become real, tangible. Suddenly, dreams have deadlines, turning wishes into actionable steps. Specific, measurable, and clearly defined goals force us to take action. They hold us accountable and push us forward instead of letting us drift aimlessly. Reflect on your own life. How often have you let time slip by without making real progress, simply because you didn't have a clear goal? Without a purpose, one year can easily blur into the next, leaving you in the same place, wondering where the time went. To break free from this cycle, start by asking yourself key questions. What do you want to accomplish over the next 12 months? Who do you want to become? How will your life look different than it does right now? Answering these questions with clarity and conviction provides the fuel you need to take consistent action. Purpose ignites motivation, helping you overcome procrastination, distraction, and the inevitable challenges that come your way. Think of the great inventors, athletes, and entrepreneurs who changed the world. They didn't sit around waiting for inspiration or luck to strike. They cultivated a fire within, a burning desire that pushed them toward their goals, transforming dreams into groundbreaking achievements. A clearly defined purpose also breeds resilience. Obstacles become challenges, not roadblocks, because your vision is stronger than any temporary setback. Every challenge is an opportunity to refine your plans and deepen your commitment. The path to success isn't easy, but with purpose, it becomes unstoppable. When you know your destination, no setback is too great to overcome. Clarity of purpose doesn't just fuel your drive, it sharpens your decision-making. With a clear vision, choices become simple. Anything aligned with your goal moves you forward, and anything else stands out as a distraction. This laser-focused approach ensures your energy is spent wisely, constantly pushing you closer to your ultimate aim, rather than spreading yourself thin. Think about the last major goal you achieved. How vividly could you see the result? That mental image likely fueled your determination and guided your actions effortlessly. Now, think about a time when you drifted without a clear goal. Notice how easily procrastination, distractions, and indecision took over. The stark difference between these two experiences shows the power of purposeful clarity. Now is the time to take action. Define, with crystal clear precision, what you want your life to look like 1 year from today. Visualize your ideal outcome in as much detail as possible. Write it down and commit to reviewing it daily. Let this vision guide you, becoming your daily compass, pushing you forward with purpose. Understand that your future depends entirely on the clarity you have today. Every day spent without direction adds up to lost time, but every day spent with purpose builds a legacy of achievement. The moment you clearly define your vision, you unlock the power to turn your dreams into reality. The journey ahead is yours to shape. With clarity, your potential becomes limitless, and the path ahead is unmistakably clear. Every decision, every action, every moment you spend moves you closer to your goal, ensuring that your future is shaped by intention, not chance. Commit today to living with clear intention. Define your vision, pursue it relentlessly, and watch as your dreams transform into tangible success. A year can change everything when you live with purpose. Success starts in the mind. Every result we experience, whether success or failure, comes from the thoughts we choose to entertain. Our mindset is the lens through which we see the world, shaping our actions, behaviors, and outcomes. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs are mental barriers that block opportunities and hold us back from our potential. When you shift your mindset to one of purpose and possibility, the world opens up to you. Your dreams are within reach, if only you're willing to see them clearly. Confidence, optimism, and a belief in possibilities are the keys to attracting success and unlocking doors you never thought possible. Highly successful people understand this truth deeply. They recognize their minds as the architects of their reality. They know that by intentionally focusing on positive, solution-driven thoughts, they can shape the life they want. These individuals actively choose to nurture empowering thoughts, rewiring their inner dialogue to create an environment of achievement and growth. But achieving this mindset doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent, deliberate effort. Every day, you must commit to replacing negative self-talk with affirmations of your capability and potential. This transformation demands not just awareness, but discipline, shifting from a mindset of limitation to one of abundance. Surrounding yourself with uplifting, supportive people is just as essential. Negative conversations and toxic environments drain motivation, while engaging with positive communities fosters resilience, optimism, and growth. Just as our bodies need nutritious food to stay healthy, our minds require enriching content, books, seminars, and meaningful conversations to thrive. Constant exposure to growth-oriented material accelerates the development of a success-focused mindset, providing clarity, strength, and continuous inspiration. Despite knowing the power of mindset, many people allow fear and doubt to sabotage their potential. Fear of failure paralyzes them. Fear of judgment silences their voice. Fear of the unknown stops them in their tracks. These fears trap them in a cycle of inaction, preventing them from reaching their true potential. But those with a success-driven mindset view fear differently. They see fear not as a roadblock, but as a challenge to overcome, a sign that they are on the edge of something extraordinary. When you shift your mindset, you unlock a new level of possibility. It's time to embrace fear, discard doubts, and take the intentional steps toward your future. Your mind is the foundation of your success. Nurture it, and watch your dreams come to life. Successful individuals don't see fear as a barrier. They see it as a signal, a call to action. While others might retreat, they step forward boldly, knowing that beyond fear lies growth and opportunity. They embrace discomfort because they understand that true achievements rarely happen inside the comfort zone. By confronting fear head-on, they build confidence, self-belief, and resilience, the essential traits for lasting success. Think about the powerful shift that occurs when someone truly believes in their ability to reach their goals. They stop waiting for external validation. Instead, they believe that success is inevitable, And this subtle yet profound shift creates momentum. It sparks action and fuels a deep sense of certainty. When you believe in yourself, it propels you to take consistent, purposeful steps toward your desired outcomes. Belief in yourself isn't just a thought, it's a force that drives you, creating opportunities and fueling your journey. Your mind can either be your greatest ally or your fiercest enemy. The choice is yours. If you allow doubt and negativity to take over, your mind becomes a relentless saboteur, undermining every chance at success. But if you fill your mind with positivity, resilience, and a mindset focused on possibility, it becomes the engine that drives you forward. Your mindset. Start by observing your thoughts. Catch the negative ones, challenge them, and replace them with positive, empowering alternatives. Build daily habits of mindfulness, gratitude, and visualization. See your success vividly in your mind and affirm your capabilities regularly. This practice will gradually reshape your mind, making positivity your default setting. Over time, this shift will show up in real, tangible results in your career, your relationships, your health, and your personal growth. Remember, the most successful people don't react passively to life's circumstances. They take control, shape their destiny, and actively create the life they envision. This is your choice, too. Step into your power, change your mindset, and watch your dreams unfold. They don't wait for their reality to unfold. They proactively create it. They know that when the mind is harnessed correctly, it becomes an unlimited reservoir of potential, just waiting to be tapped. Embrace this truth. Invest in nurturing your mindset, and watch how opportunities begin to multiply. Your goals will shift from distant dreams to vibrant, living realities. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. One of the biggest reasons people waste years of their lives is the illusion that the right time will come. They think they'll begin once they have more time, more money, more experience, or more confidence. But here's the hard truth. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Life is filled with uncertainty, challenges, and constant change. Those who achieve success aren't the ones who wait for ideal conditions. They're the ones who take action despite the uncertainty. Procrastination isn't just a delay. It's fear disguised as logic. It convinces people that waiting is the responsible choice, but it's a cycle that keeps them stuck for years. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of the unknown form an invisible barrier that prevents progress. But successful people understand that hesitation is the true enemy of achievement. They don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They create their own conditions. They start with what they have, make mistakes, learn from them, and refine their approach as they go. For them, progress matters more than perfection. Every year, millions set ambitious goals, whether it's starting a business, getting in shape, learning something new, or changing careers. Yet few follow through. The difference between those who succeed and those who regret wasted years boils down to a single decision: to act despite the uncertainty. Challenges, setbacks, and obstacles will always exist. Waiting for them to disappear only leads to stagnation. The only guaranteed way to waste another year is to keep waiting. Once you take action, something incredible happens. Momentum builds. Opportunities that once seemed distant start to appear. Confidence, once lacking, begins to grow. Small steps compound into significant progress. What once seemed impossible becomes achievable. This is how real transformation happens, not in an instant, but through the commitment to act, despite fear, doubt, and imperfection. Look at the most influential figures in history. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They created their own. So why not you? Take that first step today. Don't let another year slip away. The time for action is now. Greatness isn't achieved by waiting for the perfect conditions. It's built through risks, uncertainty, and relentless forward motion, even when success seems out of reach. Entrepreneurs start businesses with limited funds. Artists create masterpieces without waiting for inspiration. Athletes train even when they feel unmotivated. What unites all these people is their refusal to let procrastination control their fate. One of the most common excuses people use to delay action is the idea that they need more time. But the harsh truth is, time is never the problem, priorities are. If something truly matters, action will be taken, no matter how busy life gets. People make time for what's important to them. If someone can waste hours on unproductive activities, they certainly have time to work toward their goals. It's not about having more time. It's about using the time you have wisely. Another excuse is the belief that more experience or knowledge is needed before taking action. While preparation is valuable, it should never become an excuse for inaction. No one starts as an expert. The best way to gain experience is by diving in and learning through real-world application. Waiting until you feel fully prepared is a trap. Mastery comes from doing, not from waiting. Confidence also stands in the way of many. People often think they must feel confident before taking action. But confidence isn't a prerequisite for action. It's the result of it. The more you act, the more your competence grows, and with it, your confidence. Waiting to feel confident before taking the first step is a mistake because confidence rarely arrives without movement. The only way to build it is by pushing forward, even when you're uncertain. The fear of failure is another paralyzing reason people hesitate. No one wants to fail, but failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone, and an opportunity to refine your approach. The biggest mistake isn't failing, it's failing to start. Those who embrace failure as part of the journey eventually succeed, while those who avoid it remain stuck year after year. Many also believe that conditions will improve with time. They think that in a few months or a year, life will be more stable, the path will be clearer, and the circumstances will be better. But the truth is, challenges and uncertainties never disappear. They just change shape. Waiting only leads to missed opportunities and deeper regret. The most powerful decision anyone can make is to start now, no matter how small the first step. There will always be reasons to wait, but it's those who push past hesitation who achieve what others only dream of. If there's something important you've been putting off, stop waiting. Take that first step today. The perfect moment is an illusion, but action is real. And it's action, the courage to move forward, that turns dreams into reality. Fear is the number one thing that stops people from making progress. It disguises itself in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, and it traps people in their comfort zones. The result? Another year of unfulfilled potential, another cycle of regret. But the difference between those who stagnate and those who succeed isn't the absence of fear. It's how they respond to it. The most successful individuals don't see fear as a roadblock. They see it as a challenge to overcome. Every major breakthrough in life happens on the other side of fear. The problem with fear is that it thrives on inaction. The longer you hesitate, the stronger fear becomes. It feeds on doubt, uncertainty, and worst-case scenarios. But here's the simple yet powerful truth. Fear loses its grip the moment you take action. The first step toward any goal is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. Once you take that step, momentum begins to build. Fear starts to fade, and confidence begins to grow. One of the biggest misconceptions about success is that it requires the complete elimination of fear. In reality, fear never fully disappears. It becomes manageable through repeated exposure. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is not fearlessness, but the willingness to act despite fear. Waiting for fear to vanish is a mistake because that moment will never come. The only way to break free from fear's hold is to move forward, even while it's still present. Failure, which many fear most, is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Every successful person has failed countless times before achieving their goals. The key is that they don't let failure define them. Instead of seeing failure as a reason to quit, they see it as a lesson. Each mistake refines their strategy and brings them one step closer to success. In contrast, those who fear failure avoid taking risks, and that leads to stagnation. The truth is, setbacks are temporary, but quitting makes failure permanent. History is filled with examples of individuals who faced failure but refused to let it hold them back. Thomas Edison, for instance, conducted over 1,000 unsuccessful experiments before inventing the light bulb. The bottom line? Fear and failure are inevitable, but they don't have to stop you. You have the power to move forward despite them. And it's that ability to keep going that will ultimately lead you to success. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking creativity. Yet he went on to create one of the most successful entertainment empires the world has ever seen. This is a powerful reminder. These individuals were not free from fear, but they refused to let it dictate their future. They understood that resilience, not perfection, is the true key to achievement. Taking immediate action is one of the most effective ways to overcome fear. The longer you wait, the more fear intensifies. Hesitation breeds anxiety, while action builds momentum. Even small steps can lead to massive change. If you want to start a business but are paralyzed by fear, begin with something small, researching the industry, reaching out to a mentor, or drafting a simple plan. If you fear public speaking, start by practicing in front of a mirror or speaking in small groups. These small actions lead to bigger ones, and before long, what once seemed terrifying becomes second nature. Confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you develop through repeated action. The more steps you take outside your comfort zone, the stronger your confidence becomes. It's a self reinforcing cycle. Action reduces fear, and reduced fear leads to more action. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Those who wait until they feel completely prepared will often wait forever. But those who take action, even when uncertain, build the experience and skills they need to succeed. Another crucial factor in overcoming fear is shifting your mindset. Instead of viewing fear as an obstacle, it as an opportunity for growth. Every challenge is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The most successful people are those who embrace challenges rather than avoid them. They recognize that fear is simply a signal that they're stepping outside their comfort zone, a necessary step for growth. The willingness to endure discomfort is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. So, take that first step today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Step outside your comfort zone and let the journey of growth begin. Most fears are exaggerated. We tend to imagine the worst-case scenarios that rarely come true, fearing embarrassment, criticism, or failure. But the truth is, most of these concerns are overblown. In reality, people are too focused on their own lives to dwell on the failures of others. Even if a mistake is made, it's often quickly forgotten by others, while the lessons learned remain valuable to the person who experienced them. If you want the next year to be different, make the decision today that fear will no longer be your excuse. Commit to taking action, even when it feels uncomfortable. Recognize that fear is not a barrier, it's a doorway to growth. Every challenge faced, every risk taken, and every failure endured brings you closer to success. The choice is clear: stay stuck in fear or push through it. Those who embrace fear as part of the journey will achieve more than they ever thought possible. The most extraordinary accomplishments in life belong to those who dare to step forward, even when they're afraid. Today is the day to make that choice, to act, to grow, and to finally move beyond fear. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another crucial factor in your success. The people you spend the most time with directly impact your growth. Whether you realize it or not, the attitudes, habits, and mindsets of those around you shape your own. If you're surrounded by negative, unmotivated individuals, it becomes difficult to thrive. Their pessimism, lack of ambition, and excuses create an environment where mediocrity is the norm. But when you're surrounded by ambitious, goal-driven people, success becomes the expectation. Their energy, discipline, and relentless drive set a standard that encourages growth. The fastest way to level up in life is to upgrade your circle of influence. Successful people understand the power of relationships. They don't leave their social environment to chance. They seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, and build networks that challenge them to improve. Success and failure are often determined by the company we keep. Success is contagious, and so is failure. The habits, beliefs, and work ethic of those around us subtly shape our own. That's why one of the most powerful decisions you can make is choosing who to spend your time with. Be intentional about the relationships you build. Time is the most precious resource you have, and it should be invested in people who inspire growth, challenge your limiting beliefs, and provide support when things get tough. On the flip side, distancing yourself from those who drain your energy, spread negativity, or discourage your ambition is just as important. Every relationship either propels you forward or holds you back. There's no middle ground. One of the most powerful tools for success is mentorship. A mentor is someone who's already achieved what you're striving for. They have the experience, wisdom, and insights to help you avoid mistakes and make faster progress. The right mentor doesn't just guide you. They open doors to opportunities you might never have had access to. Successful people actively seek mentorship because they understand that learning from others' experiences is far more effective than trying to figure it all out on your own. Being part of a mastermind group or a professional network is equally valuable. Surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded people who share similar goals creates accountability. When you're in an environment of excellence, settling for mediocrity becomes impossible. These groups offer motivation, support, and constructive feedback that drive your growth. They also serve as a reminder that struggles are part of the journey and that overcoming them is always possible with the right mindset and strategy. Choose your relationships wisely. Your success depends on it. Negative environments have the power to hold us back. When you spend time with people who complain, procrastinate, or avoid responsibility, you start to adopt those same behaviors. It normalizes mediocrity and creates a belief that success is out of reach. The mind adjusts to the standards of its surroundings. If everyone around you is content with stagnation, it becomes almost impossible to break free from that mindset. This is why so many people find themselves stuck in unfulfilling jobs, unhealthy habits, or toxic relationships. They're surrounded by environments that reinforce those choices. Recognizing the impact of your social circle is the first step, but it's action that drives change. Upgrading your circle requires deliberate effort. Start by evaluating your current relationships. Ask yourself, who are the 5 people I spend the most time with? Do they encourage my growth, or do they hold me back? Do they inspire me to push past my limits, or do they feed my fears and doubts? The answers will reveal whether your environment is supporting your success or standing in your way. If you find that your current circle is limiting your potential, it's time to make changes. Seek new connections. Attend networking events, join organizations, take part in personal development programs, or reach out to people who align with the goals you want to achieve. It's also essential to establish boundaries with negative influences. You don't need to cut ties with everyone, but you should limit your exposure to toxic energy. You can still remain cordial while protecting your mindset from being influenced by negativity. The key is to create an environment that fosters growth, positivity, and ambition. 1 year from now, your life will reflect the habits, mindset, and influences you choose today. If you're surrounded by people who strive for greatness, your progress will be undeniable. But if you're stuck with those who embrace excuses and complacency, another year will pass with little to no change. The choice is clear. Level up your circle, and success will follow. Choosing the right environment can be the difference between another wasted year and a year of extraordinary growth. The fastest way to accelerate your growth, both personally and professionally, is to be intentional about your relationships. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support you. Invest time in those who push limits, dream big, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. Success isn't a solo journey. It's built through the connections you make. The people you spend time with will shape the future you create. Find those who reflect the future you want, and watch that future become your reality. Commit to daily progress. Success isn't built in a day, it's built day by day. Too many people fail because they expect massive results overnight. They chase shortcuts, seeking instant success, and get disappointed when it doesn't happen. But the truth is, small, consistent actions are the real drivers of transformation. Progress may seem slow at first, but those who make daily improvements, even if it's just one small step, will see incredible results over time. The key to long-term success lies in developing the right habits. It's not about making one big leap. It's about mastering the little things consistently. This means setting daily goals, following a productive morning routine, reading for personal growth, and taking steps toward long-term objectives. Instead of worrying about how far you still have to go, focus on what you can do today to move forward. Every small victory builds momentum, and soon, that momentum becomes unstoppable. Excuses are the biggest enemy of progress. There will always be reasons to delay: fatigue, distractions, fear, or self-doubt. But those who achieve great things know how to push through discomfort and take control of their time. They understand that discipline, not motivation, is what drives results. Motivation will fade, but disciplined habits lead to lasting success. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They act despite the challenges that a year from now, your life will either be better or the same. The difference will come from the choices you make each day. Imagine if every day you took just one meaningful action toward success: reading 10 pages of a book, working out for 30 minutes, practicing a skill, or making one important connection. These small actions compound, leading to extraordinary results over time. No one has to waste another year waiting for change. The choice to grow, take action, and commit to progress is always within reach. The only question is, will you take it? Start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or permission from anyone. Your transformation begins now. Take one action today that moves you closer to your vision. Make today count. It's the first step of your incredible journey. Don't waste another year. Make this one your best ever. What's it going to be? Will you wait for the perfect moment, or will you make today the start of something incredible? Remember, success isn't about giant leaps. It's about those small, consistent steps you take every single day. The power to transform your life is in your hands. Surround yourself with the right people, commit to daily progress, and watch how everything starts to shift. Your journey begins now. Don't waste another second. Start today, and let's make this year your best year yet. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more motivational content that will help you level up. Let's grow together. See you in the next one.